All right, guys, here we are. Look at this. We're going to be doing a little tour today. We're going to go back to the old well of walking around New York, huh? Quick walk. We're going to be doing today. We're going to be walking up Broadway here in the financial district. Quick walk up to Trinity Church from here at 1 Broadway, the beginning of Broadway. Before we start, Phil, how the hell are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I love the enthusiasm. Here we are. We're walking. This is an easy. Got a new little toy, a new little camera here. So this should make it pretty easy. Other than that, guys, I don't know. Before we start, check out the Patreon. It's how I fund these things and get these little toys and whatnot. And there's some extras on there also too. You know, like and subscribe. Do that whole thing. Get out of the way now. And other than that, I don't know. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to be a good little walk. Not a ton of no frills. Just me and you hanging out for 10 minutes and chatting. And other than that, I don't know. What do you think, Phil? Should we just walk?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's walk, baby. We're here in Lower Manhattan. Zero transition, zero graphics. We're just walking, me and Phil. So we're going to be talking about the neighborhood. This is 1 Broadway. This is the beginning of actual Broadway. Just so you know, Broadway is the longest street in New York. It goes all the way to pretty much Albany. Bet you didn't know that, Phil.
No, I did not.
You don't have to lie. You've heard that me tell you that before. We're here at Bowling Green, this area here, and you can see this little park here. This is the first city park in New York history. 1733. Let's show you the little plaque. You can see here to my left, that is Alexander Hamilton Customs House. This is now the National Museum of the American Indian, the Smithsonian. So it's possible it won't be here in like another 6 months, but for now it's here. Here's Bowling Green. Here's the sign for Bowling Green. You have the little plaque there, 1733. Look at that camera work, Phil. Nice work. Very impressive. And back to me. So we're walking through Bowling Green. This park, like I said, first city park in 1733, was actually built while it was still a British colony. 1783 was when the British left. Here you got the little sign. There used to be a fountain here with the statue of King George in the middle of it. And in fact, on July 9th, 1776, I've told this story before. This is where the colonists came to tear down a statue of King George because everyone was so amped up after the reading of the Declaration of Independence in City Hall Park, that they came here and tore down the statue of King George and sent it over to Connecticut to be melted down for bullets to use in the Revolution. Rock on. I'll add in a guitar riff or something. Check it out. Number 1, that is number 1 Broadway, the first address, whatever, that is where the White Star Line, the company that owned the White Star, I think it was International Mercantile Marine or something like that, that owned the White Star Line. They had that building. In fact, on the other side of the street, you can see the entrances. It says cabin class and first class over the door still, because that's where you buy the tickets. And then over there's 2 Broadway, which is where the MTA offices are, huh? All you guys who have your complaints about the MTA, they're right there. So if you want to go yell at them for something, don't know why you'd want to do that. So this is Bowling Green. Like I said, it was the first city park. And when they put the statue of King George, the initial one, they put it here when he repealed the Stamp Act as like a thank you. And I believe it was 1765, and then when they tore it down later, but in 1771 they put the fence around it, and in fact you can still feel I'll show you here in a second. You can still feel the rough parts where they sawed off what they believe were crowns when they tore down the statue in 1776. Remember, this is before Twitter, baby. There's no Twitter back then, so when they read they had to wait 5 days to actually hear what the hell the Declaration was, and what they did was they read it over in City Hall Park. And then everyone came down here and tore down the statue. Over here to my right is the old Standard Oil building. This is where the Rockefellers had their headquarters. This building was built in the 1920s. Very, very pretty building, but it was located here even before then. And then you hear they have the charging bull. Look at all the people lining up to take pictures with the balls of the bull. Huh? Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? Huh, Phil? Come on. Yeah, thanks, man. I just came up with that, huh? Isn't that talent? But yeah, people are lining up to take pictures of the bull's balls because also they say it's good financial luck to take pictures with the bull's testicles. Isn't that crazy? So you're looking at a bunch of future millionaires.
There we go.
Anyways, so we'll go around. Oh, the bull, just so you know, was a gift from Arturo de Modica, who was an artist who came here from Sicily, Italy, and he actually gave it as a gift to the New York Stock Exchange in 1989 during Christmas, because what happened was in 1987, you get a shot of the bull while we're walking a little bit. Here, let's walk this way.
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, stay in the light. I hate walking under scaffolding, dude. I hate it. It's really it's a bummer too. But the bull was a gift because in 1987 there was a day called Black Monday. The stock exchange lost 23% of its value in one day, and then bounced back. And as a sign of the resilience, this guy Arturo Demodica gave this as a gift. He left it under a Christmas tree that was there next to the stock exchange. And on December 15th, I believe. And then, oh boy, we're gonna get copyright stricken there. But anyways, he left it as a gift under the tree, which is pretty cool. And the New York Stock Exchange was like, what the hell is this? We didn't ask for this. Get this thing out of here. They're like, we can't make money off this. We can't get our grubby money grubbing hands on this. So they had it sent over to Queens, where they were going to throw it away, melt it down or whatever. And the city and the artists and everything, they came up with this plan to put it here, and it's been here ever since 1989. Yeah, kind of crazy. 3-ton bronze statue. And it's funny because it was kind of like this guerrilla, like street art type of strategy, because he had done it before. Like he actually had a show around this area, like a Battery Park City area, and it was a failure of a show. No one bought anything, so he's like, F this. Oop, whoops, gotta have to bleep that out. He took all his stuff up to Rockefeller Center and just put it out there. And what happened was, because of that, people bought them. They bought up all his pieces just because he left them out there, and everyone was like, what the hell's going on here? And it kind of like got a buzz. Same thing with this horse statue that he put over at Lincoln Center. So kind of interesting. Check it out. You can look up Broadway there. See that we're going on Broadway. We're choosing not to walk under the scaffolding. I hate the scaffolding. So it does look better. We got to worry about lighting. How are you, Phil?
I'm feeling great, man.
Yeah, this is much easier, isn't it? Just doing this. So we're gonna do this little walk up to Trinity Church, because it's kind of like the financial district. There'll be others. We'll continue it along as well later on. Hey, check it out. Look at that little ticket. Someone got a ticket. Uh-oh. What a loser. So yeah, this is all the financial district here. Let's cross the street. Actually, let's go here, now that the scaffolding's done. Like I said, this is Broadway. This was kind of the main thoroughfare of even when the Dutch got here, this was kind of like the main strip. Look on the ground. You see this stuff on the ground, Phil? Oh. You see it?
Yeah.
And you can. Oh, look at that. He's learning. He's learning, folks.
Those are words.
They're words on a tile. Look at that. And these are basically to commemorate people who've had ticker tape parades thrown for them here in what's called the Canyon of Heroes, this section of Broadway. And ticker tape parades were created they started in 1886. It's like this, whole thing. People throw ticker tape, stock ticker tape, financial district. Oh, but it was created in 1886. In 1886 it started because the Statue of Liberty was dedicated. And the Statue of Liberty was dedicated over on Liberty Island. Grover Cleveland, the president. Until recently, the only other president who had served 2 non-consecutive terms. That's right, pre-Trump America. He was the only one. But, hold on a second. There, you can start seeing Trinity Church. See that, Phil? In front of me? And so, architecture is amazing, Phil. You're right about that. It is nice neo-Gothic architecture. Neo-Gothic architecture was popular in New York City in the mid-1800s. So that was built in the 1800s, Grace Church, mid-1800s. The Brooklyn Bridge was started around that, like in the 1860s, 1870s started. Around that time, it was kind of at the tail end of the neo-Gothic kind of movement, if you will. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty nice. And there you got the old American Express building. That's where American Express was located. Yep, back in the day until 1970s actually. But it was there for a while. American Express actually started as a delivery company, like a courier kind of horses and stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they had offices up in Tribeca and stuff. And I think that's right. I was just reading this book called She-Wolves. It was about like the way women broke into Wall Street. This is Wall Street, by the way, up here. And there was this story about a woman, Francine, who would come in from Brooklyn to work back when, like, women weren't really working on Wall Street a whole lot. And they called her the sweater girl. and she would come into this subway stop and get out. But she was known for her big attributes, let's say. And so all the Wall Street guys would get excited, and she started in the summer, and by September, people would gather, like hundreds of people would gather to see her come out of the subway every day. Kind of nuts. And this is like the 1960s, man. This isn't exactly a long ass time ago. So here you got Wall Street, and we kind of made it. Here's Trinity Church, check it out. So this is Trinity Church, and you have behind me, Trinity Church, like I said, 1846, 1847, third church on the site for Trinity, the parish, which has been here since 1697. So kind of nuts. And then you have the little graveyard there, which is where Alexander Hamilton's buried. Pretty cool, huh, Phil? We made it all the way to Wall Street here. You can see the little
The Wall Street sign?
the Wall Street sign.
The green flags, which is
Yeah.
a good omen.
Yeah, make money, baby. The color of money.
Yeah, baby.
Filthy, grubby money.
Who doesn't love
But yeah, we made it to the end of the walk here. What do you think, Phil? There's the Bank of New York building, started by Alexander Hamilton, who's buried in the yard right there. Kind of crazy. I think, I don't know, man. What do you think? That was a pretty good walk. A little solid, little short walk.
Yeah, it was
What does it say? What's the readout? How long did we go?
11 minutes and 37
That's a good little walk. I think we might just end it here. I mean, I'll do all the rest of Broadway eventually as well. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Quick walk. I don't know, using this new toy. Did you learn something, Phil? I mean, that was pretty quick.
I learned a lot, man. All the ticker tape stuff, that was pretty
The
interesting.
ticker tape, right? That's right. People got amped up. The only thing that was most abundant that they could throw out was ticker tape in 1886.
dude.
Stock tickers, that's how you read out the prices. It no longer exists, but it's a tradition now.
Did you know American Express was originally a delivery company?
Yeah, although don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's, I don't know, I want to double check that. Pretty sure that's the case. Anyways, all right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Check out the Patreon, all that stuff. Yeah, like and subscribe, all that. Let's keep it moving. See y'all next time. Sick.